The anchorage outside Panama City with its beautiful city lights is very convenient as it's easy to get into the city and it has many restaurants, parks and a shop, a close walk from the free dinghy dock.
We visited the local fishing shop almost daily to admire their fishing rods and fishing lures.
I wanted to go in those mini cars.
Nathan, stand here. Pull your mascara down.
There are two marinas located in Panama City, La Playita and Flamenco Marina. These marinas prefer to accommodate annual berth holders, so getting a spot here is not easy and can be quite costly.
I don't know what it is. Is it?
There are not many yachts in these marinas as sport fishing is popular in Panama, so they are mostly occupied by large luxury motorboats.
What's amphora?
Shop.
Duty free.
Perfumes and...
What's that bank? Our friends were hauled out in Flamenco Marina to repair their rudder. It was very interesting to watch their large 58-foot yacht flying through the air.
There are no marinas that are wide enough to haul out a catamaran on the Pacific side of Panama. The only options are back in the Caribbean, in Linton or Shelter Bay. Taking your boat out the water is always very stressful for a boat owner. Once it's safely back in the water, it's always a massive relief.
We were all desperate for a professional haircut, so it was the first item on our list of things to do in the city. My hairdresser had quite a job.
Panama City is a city of huge contrast. It has a great part on the waterfront, lovely old restored buildings next to huge modern high-rises. Lots of wealth and poverty.
Just been dropped off by the taxi here in the old town of Panama City, and we're going to take a walk around here. We couldn't take us right into the museum, which is where we're going, the Canal Museum, as apparently the president is in the area, so they've blocked off a whole lot of roads. So we're going to go in and take a look by foot. Found the parks around here pretty amazing. They're all well looked after, well manicured, beautiful grass. Lots of cool little bars and restaurants around here. And just take a look at these old buildings. They are absolutely awesome. All being redone, and they look stunning once they've been done up. Big turkey vulture sitting there in the building work. You see him? Just over there. There's really so much renovation work going on here in the old town. It seems like every sort of third or fourth building's been done up, currently going through works. So just take a look over here. There's two buildings behind us there. And this amazing building which is covered up in front of us. Another one in the background there, and another one down the end of the street there. So they're really doing a lot of work here. And the results of these buildings sometimes is really incredible. I mean, look at this beautiful building, how that's been done up.
So So we'll just do the walk we did, we'll do backwards, Sean. Such a beautiful hotel.
The Panama Canal Museum is located within the Old Town. It was the perfect school trip so that we could learn more about the construction and history of what we had just seen.
It was interesting to hear all about the struggles and difficulties they had in designing and building the canal.
Panama hats everywhere. Every colour, every style. Fantastic. And, oh, I like that one.
No day in Panama is complete without a huge downfall. We needed to hide in the hat store for quite a while.
As quickly as the rain comes, it also clears.
One thing we need to do quite often on the boat is pick up water, so that's what we're going to go do now.
So the dinghy's loaded up with the things that we need to go and collect our fresh water from land. And we're going to launch now, and we're going to take you ashore to Las Brisas, the shoreline on Las Brisas here, and show you how we connect up the pipework and fill up our containers. This is just an alternative to making water in a very dirty environment here where we're currently anchored. Well, I say it's very dirty. There's a fair amount of plastic floating around, and also apparently there's a lot of waste discharge from the city into this water. So it's not a place we really want to make fresh water using our water maker. Hence the reason for collecting it from shore.
We always connect this water filter to any shore tap we use, simply to extract any extra impurities the water may have. As you can see from the filter, it does take a lot of dirt out.
We have an AccuVer water purification system which we use for our drinking water. This is a UV purification, so in that silver box is the UV light which the water passes through, and then it also goes through a filter there at the bottom. And then we have this little tap which we use for drinking water only, and that has a light on it. Let me turn it on to show you that the UV system is working, and it means that we never have to buy water from the shop, and we always know that our water is pure and safe. We don't buy any bottled water at all because of this system, which saves on the plastic we consume and the hassles of lugging heavy drinking water bottles from the shop every time we go.
As you can see, there is not a breath of wind in this anchorage, so filling the water bottles and transporting them back and forth from the boat in 34 degrees Celsius is rather hot and sweaty business.
Eh? Yeah.
In Las Brisas, the tap is located at the top of the dock, which is fine when it's at high tide, but not so great when it's at low tide, like it is now, and it means we have a steep ramp to climb.
The hose with the filters connected to the tap, and we fill our water bottles.
Thank you.
Then back to the boat to fill the tanks.
We normally do this about 3 times so we can have a good amount of water in the tanks. You can also now see why we use as little water as possible on a boat. And we never leave the taps on whilst we soap up in the shower or brush our teeth.